Hey folks, this is Vagrant. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. In the last video, we got things started for the very first time. We are here with... I can't remember your name, buddy. What's your name?
Yes?
Kitsuragi, and my name is something utterly ridiculous. And we are here to investigate, seemingly, a murder, potentially a lynching. Somewhere around here, I think through the hole in this fence over here, there is a body hung up in a tree. Is that the way I came? That is the way I came. Is that the way I came? Yes, okay. And what's this over here?
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Okay.
An off-key melody starts playing after you ring the doorbell. Then a woman picks up the receiver.
Who's Kuno?
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were...
There's a spot of static that overrides her words.
But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore. So I can't help you. Please don't call here again. Thanks.
Wait, isn't that her mother? That's her mother.
A single beep indicates that the line has...
Am I going to try every single one of these? I feel like I'm going to.
You ring the doorbell, but no one answers. What an ominous name for a hair salon. Doesn't bode well for anyone's hair. Just seeing the words Andro Orlando gets your hackles up. Its very existence is a threat to your masculinity, to say nothing of your hair.
The half-light needs to calm down. We're gonna keep that nice and tame.
All you hear is static, but no one answers the call.
24-hour window.
You ring the doorbell, but nothing happens.
Emma's Fashion Atelier.
You wait for a minute or two, but all you get from the call box is silence. No one answers the call.
Taxi.
Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. The doorbell doesn't work anymore.
I don't think anyone's home.
You hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds as if someone has picked up the receiver, but isn't saying anything.
Hello?
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric.
This is a woman's voice, crackling and fragile through the static.
Have you come to place an order?
Sure.
She sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played off an old wax cylinder. A receiver must not be working properly.
Yes?
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice.
What's going on?
It's a woman, and she knows you. Your heart beats faster. Who cares that you don't remember her? Just go along with it.
Yeah, it's me crawling back in. Let's just go with it.
Michelle, just please.
She stops and you can hear her breathe heavily, her breath distorted by ancient static.
Sounds like a ghost. Wind blows through your clothes and you feel detached from your surroundings. Inside the building, a cold memory hangs.
See, these keep popping up with success, right? These are just me sort of picking up on things from calls and conversations just sort of throughout the game. I wonder, and I am of the wonderment, as I often am, do these happen more than I'm seeing? Am I failing these and being unaware of them? Do you not find out when you fail? Obviously, you find out when you fail the white rolls, but do I find out when I fail these?
Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care.
Of course I care.
Ever since I came to work here, it's been different. As if my mind's been wiped clean.
A spot of static overrides her words. When she speaks again, it sounds like she's submerged.
It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally forget.
Forget about what?
She sounds like she's about to cry.
What the hell is going on?
The cold is deep under your skin, as if you were talking to someone who's 100 years away. Somewhere inside the building, water is flooding the cellar floor. She doesn't answer. Silence The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay. Another seagull passes by. It's getting cold standing here, staring at the silent call box.
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this thing.
Alright.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read.
We could give it a go.
No.
Boo.
Hold on. The last thing you need in your life is more hysteric emotions. Forget it. Find something else to do.
One day. I thought maybe that was all in my mind. That this was a memory interacting with reality and that Kitsuragi was going to pop in like, what the hell are you doing? Who are you talking to? But no, it was real.
Silence. No one's home at Fortress Accident.
Revacol Ice City.
Silence. No one answers the doorbell.
Main hall, building B, whirling in rocks.
Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you.
East Delta Pinball.
Silence. No one answers your call.
Empty card.
This button looks new, but someone has removed the name card. Nothing happens when you try to ring it.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
He takes a step back, inspecting the other names on the list. What an odd series of events that was. I'm not really sure how to process what just happened. She's been waiting for someone for a long, long time. The static was ancient, though. It's like a ghost of a memory. Like she wasn't actually there in some way. I don't bloody know. Hopefully that becomes a little bit clearer later on, I suppose. Alright, let's go check out this body, I guess. Are you chucking rocks? Don't chuck rocks at his body. Come here. Oh my god, hello. Come here, child. Stop that.
Kuno's got this.
The boy throwing rocks at the dead body can't be. I hate him already.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
Bit harsh.
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy Kuno.
He has the other kid behind the fence. Oh, up there. Hey kid, a word. Police business.
Right in the dick, Kuno. Get him right in the dick.
The children ignore you.
Love it in the dick.
Oh, well, I'm not on board with this.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body.
Break free from the empire of his body. Beautiful. Stop throwing rocks at my crime scene.
Fuck that. Kuno, yeah, right in the mouthful.
Kuno S.
Shits himself. The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
I'll throw a rake at you in a minute, Kuno.
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener. Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
He's very aggro.
Irregular speech patterns, overconfidence. Could this kid be on drugs? This warrants further investigation into this. Kuno.
What do you know about the body, kid?
Shitload pig. What's your question? Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno.
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
The usual being, have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Or have you seen anything suspicious?
Do you know who he was?
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
What?
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
I meant who he was before he died.
Kuno knows what you meant. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to make Kuno sing into the popo phone. Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down.
Didn't see it happening.
You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional.
Okay, where did you go then, Kuno?
I don't know. Some fucking Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
Language, Kuno!
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Literally the name of the city in, what's that bloody game called? Cyberpunk. Where's Night City? Come on, Kuno, talk to me.
Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. Kuno didn't smoke the gimp, if that's what you meant.
Thanks, Kuno. That's one name you can now cross off the list.
Oh, maybe he did. Maybe he's lying.
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Kuno, please. I'm a PG-13 channel.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
A what?
Looks like you're a fagari now, whatever that means. The suspicious question doesn't really work in antagonistic situations.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost,
Whew.
Right, pig? This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Who is Kuno?
Kuno's Kuno, pig?
The boy points to his chest with both thumbs.
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield. Kuno. Primal. Violent.
Okay. Which one are we going to pick? Kuno sounds like something you call a rabid dog. Interesting you refer to yourself in the third person to distance yourself from the situation. That's probably a little bit too on the nose for Kuno. I don't know if he'd appreciate that. Kuno, is that some kind of gang name? That probably a little bit too insulting. That probably a little bit too intellectual. I'm gonna go here.
Yeah, Kuno's in a fucking gang. In a bang gang. Kuno bangs for Magie, bangs for Mazda, bangs for Revachol.
Watch out, Kuno, he's trying to fiddle you. He's gonna put his hands on you.
That thing behind the fence starts squealing, shrill and violent like a fire alarm.
Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Jesus. The sound gets louder as the child shouts at the windows overlooking the yard.
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
I'm not doing anything.
Everybody, please! He's digging his dick out!
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Pigs in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
It's full blast now. The wind carries the message far and wide across Montanez.
How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. There may still be a way out. Just appeal to his reason.
Okay, I mean, my logic is telling me to appeal to his reason. I'm not going to shut him down by punching him. It seems like we can't just punch a kid because they're being a dick. Otherwise, people will be punching kids all the time because kids are always dicks. It's kind of like just part of being a kid. Are you high? Who put you up to this? What is this sick charade? Biological kid, I haven't done anything to you.
Look.
For emphasis, a ghost is saying this. A shit-eating psychopathic ghost with an ace up his sleeve.
I know you wanted to hit me. You got that I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up look that Kuno's dad gets. The murder look. The rage look.
Relax. He can't read your mind. He doesn't know you were thinking that.
Oh god. No. Yes, but I feel, Can you read my mind, Kuno?
I know what you thought. I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up. I'm gonna shut that shit down. You know what? You should've, because now
He raises his voice again. Uh-oh.
you're nothing. You're a joke to Kuno. Kuno laughs at you. King Kuno!
Kuno turned you into his prison, bitch! You're gonna be in this shit with Kuno!
No, you're not. We can just leave.
Bitch, you're gonna be in this shit with Kuno forever!
The peepo-headed critter doesn't let him
A
finish.
peepo is a type of hat, by the way.
Okay, I'm gonna leave. Smells like spoiled meat and curdled... Stop throwing rocks at the body! A human being decomposes. got to stop engaging with people. The letter R rears a crown. On the ribbon below, a light above the sending. Interesting. The logo of the municipality of Ragvakal. Oh, well. This kid's ladder is rickety but still climbable. The ladder's for kids. It wouldn't hold the weight of a full-grown man. What's this?
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have
Come on, baby.
maybe more than
Hey!
7. No. 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud.
I finally won a roll. It's like the first one in like 10 rolls that I haven't failed.
1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43.
If I'm gonna be, I should have prepared. I need to prepare for this game. I need notes, man. I need notes. Do I want to write down all 8? I feel like I do. Is that crazy? I'm dedicated. Right, so where do we start? Standard. I'm gonna create ST for standard. Standard steel 46. Standard steel 44. Hob steel 43.
4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46.
Which is it?
You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them.
Standard 45, 46.
5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44.
Standard steel 44.
6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41.
Standard 41.
Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gate is undeveloped.
Could have been a potential kid. Potential kid.
You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way.
I always love that kind of idea, you know, you just zone in. It's such a common trait of detective games and police games and stuff like that in general, but the outer world fades away and all you see is the clues, which I imagine has to be kind of how you treat these situations in reality.
7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms.
Standard 46, big boy.
8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
Interesting, so that would imply either the left boot went missing and they had to replace it, or someone is maybe heavier on their right hand side for some reason. I can't imagine why you would be particularly heavier on your right hand side, but maybe. What if you had a metal leg or something? Would that be heavier? It's worth keeping in mind.
How many?
400 million? See how badly I want to click that? I'm trying to play it seriously. Yeah, I think we have to approach this with some consistency, but my dedication, my desire to click 400 million is excessive.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
It's a ruggy, you fool. Same guy's going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
Quite a few. Let's just go with number 1 first. Light step, number 41
A
shoot.
woman? Or a kid?
What did he say? It wasn't just that it was light, it was something else. The gate is undeveloped. So it's not just, I mean, the gate, the undeveloped gate, you'd assume it's a kid, right?
Okay. How do you know?
He knows it's hard to discern sex from a person's gait.
Understood. Anything else?
Let me just try that again.
Or a kid? Understood. Anything else?
Okay.
200? Could it be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker, carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
Clever point, Kit's alright. Literally did not even think about that.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
You say it could have been an extremely obese person, but the shoe size isn't that big, so yeah.
Possibly, yes.
Good point, Kitsuragi. This is why I've got you around,
But
buddy.
why?
Why did they have to carry him?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
Maybe the victim wasn't conscious.
Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between two men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. What else can you see?
Why else would you carry someone? Why would you not put them on a stretcher? Maybe... Don't know, do we let that one just sort of bubble away at the back of our mind for a little bit? I'm thinking, like, if the person was important to someone in some way, but then why would you be lynching them? Why would you carry someone rather than putting them on a stretcher? What's the other option? Let's just go through this one again.
200?
He might be right.
Possibly.
But why?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift... You have a point there. Anyway, it's something to consider. What else can you see?
Yeah, I suppose if he didn't... Maybe they wanted him alive for the lynching. So obviously you can't really put him on a stretcher either. Because he'll wiggle and he'll roll and he'll try to escape. Anyways.
Interesting. Let's name it the Old Soul.
Any ideas?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer? No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right. We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
Maybe driver. Oh, that's a good idea.
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
He's a good egg, Kitsuragi. He knows this stuff.
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy.
I think we have a firm understanding of what happened here.
The lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself.
How dare you, Kitsuragi?
Either way. What else?
Yeah, that's all of it, buddy. Let's take a look at the actual body itself.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth.
Jesus.
You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
I don't have much of a chance for this one, so I think we'll skip it for now. Legendary difficulty.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cock's gonna blow, Kuno!
I can do it. I believe. Come on.
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth. More instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
That's a crazy check, because this is based on physique, and mine's pretty high. My theory was, I'll try to walk away so I don't contaminate the crime scene. didn't really work out, did it?
Too late. It's impossible to keep in. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it.
Be a bit harsh, wouldn't it? Thanks.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. If you can handle the headache. Some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor.
But not you?
I can't handle the headache.
It's more likely he can handle the smell, unlike you.
That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fridge store nearby.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Thank you, tutorial woman. I will check out this, first of all. Stop talking about the deck of this. Someone is trying to grow herbs, right? Let's have a little... Can I go through that? Oh, hello, what's this? Let's just click some things, then we'll go talk to the gardener again. Oh, money and magnesium. So I've got 2 morale total, and I've got 4 health. But I've got a healing item for both as well. This winch mechanism has been oxidizing for some years.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, eternite.
Eh?
Because it's nice and orderly. Well-laid pallets. Easy on the eyes.
Is it blocking something, maybe?
Rhythmic pattern. Calms your mind. Mammals like this stuff. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
That's clearly something we're going to have to come back to maybe later on. I imagine it's quite possible to not do a lot of these, if that makes sense. How do I get around here? I don't think I can, right? Well, I've clicked it. My character is now wandering off on his own, so... Okay. Let's just go talk to the gardener. I got a handkerchief, you know. There we go. It's worth £2.50, which is actually, I think, more than I've got in the world anyway. I don't know how much money I've got. Bonuses from items. Oh, because my clothes are terrible. And, yeah, likewise my suggestion drops, because I'm not sexy, basically. I mean, I think I'm sexy, but that's neither here nor there. It doesn't really matter. It's like when your mum calls you a handsome young man. It doesn't mean anything, you know?
Hello again, officer.
I remember once. I'm gonna go off piece there a little bit. When I was like 16, so I was a very unattractive 16-year-old. Now there are no attractive 16-year-olds unless you're 16. Let's just get that out of the way. I'm now 31. We don't talk about, you know what I'm saying, right? But within my age group, I was very unattractive. I kind of came into my own more in my early 20s. But I was hyper, I had terrible hair, massively overweight. The beard hadn't come in, yada yada yada. And I remember being at a house party at my friend's house, and I was sitting next to my mate Vaughn. Vaughn had come back. Vaughn had left like 5 years earlier, but he came back to visit. And we were sitting in the back garden with a few other people and the mum of the friend. I think it was Reese. If any of you are watching this, that'd be very weird. I think Reese's mum was there. And Reese's mum was talking to Vaughn. Me and Vaughn were sitting next to each other, and she was complimenting Vaughn and going, "Oh, he's a strapping young lad, isn't he? Isn't he a good-looking little lad?" She was getting a little bit too flirtatious, I think, from my... Maybe we were 18. No, I don't think we were. Anyways, all that. And then she looked at me and went, "Oh, you've got a nice smile." Like, you can tell you've got a kind smile or some shit like that. I was just like, yeah, thank you. It would have been better if you hadn't said a bloody word.
Sure. I'm done with them.
Thank you. She's lovely.
Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
It is what it is. The things we have to do. Look at this. This is interesting, by the way. There's a thing here. There's tyre tracks coming in. There and that way, though. They go both ways. In there and in there. They're worth keeping in mind. Double click to... yeah. Okay, so if I try this again now that I've got the item.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Let's try again.
The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You manage to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Well, this went badly.
Are you okay, officer?
I'm good, Kisaragi. Thank you, buddy.
You're facing tough odds here. It's aggravated further by alcohol withdrawal.
Why can't I keep it in if I've been a cop my whole life?
I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, baguette. Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough. Monday, make sure you bring a handkerchief. No. This is a two-man assignment because it needs 2 officers to complete. I need your help.
He draws out his hand and looks you in the
You
eye.
need to get your shit together.
Okay.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet and internalize it with special bonuses and effects.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
He's a good egg, isn't he? He's a good egg. Okay, so... Slight embarrassment, must be said. All this nonsense. I think you can definitely succeed that. You know, I think that's definitely something you could do successfully. But my stats just didn't line up well enough, I suppose. Well, this one takes ages. This one takes half an hour. Your shit is apart, and it's rather unbecoming of a cop and a human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that. Together, compressed in a small area. To achieve a solid level of shit compression, squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with the 2 hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people, maybe that'll help. Okay, so we're going to move from this one first. Can I stop this one? Yeah, as long as it's... I don't know if... You can only do one at a time. I feel like you probably can. Although it does seem to... Wait, let me try and do both. It does say stop both, so maybe I can do both at the same time. Alright, so I know that time in this game progresses when you talk to people, so let's go talk to people. We can go into the bookshop as well.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think.
I have, yes.
Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in.
She means it. The fear is real.
Oh, damn. Just want to ask you some questions. Let's all calm down.
I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Right, no, we need to be nice because she's scared, right?
Stay away from me, pig. You don't want to see what happens when you corner me.
I picked the wrong option. You should throw the pig at him, Kuno. Alright, okay. Come on, Kitsuraki, let's have a little wander. Had a look over there. Wait, did I actually click on the door? It's locked. Alright, should we go check out the bookshop? So much to do, man. Revachol. There she is. Muma. That's her official name. Muma. Gift books and molten candy. Oh, that's nice, actually.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Heimdall somewhere. Rows and rows of Heimdall men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Heimdall and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Heimdall, Return to Heimdall. And the solipsistic Man from Heimdall and the Heimdall Man.
This guy's voice. This guy could just do like general playthroughs of video games and people would watch him just to hear him talk.
Maybe 100. Man from Heimdall and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Heimdall and the false god. Man from Heimdall and the scorched earth. Man from Heimdall, the Heimdall colonies. Man from Heimdall and the swamp beast. Man from Heimdall and the snow crabs.
I love a swamp beast. Maybe that's a very specific thing to like, but I love a good swamp beast.
Those snow crabs are worse than they sound.
Are they?
Not even close.
Oh, god damn it.
Man from Heimdall in hell. Man from Heimdall and the forest of slaves. Man from Heimdall under the lake. Man from Heimdall, Heimdall burning. There's even The Trial of Death, a pastoral combat game book set in the world of Heimdall, and so much more.
I've got a decent chance. Do any of the books call out to me?
A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching. Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular man from Heimdall in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man. Between the throne and the Heimdall man lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Heimdall and the Devil Woman.
How does he say man from Heimdall? How do you have that voice?
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Heimdall novels.
Oh, I can buy it. Right, I need £9 to buy it. Never mind paying for my hotel or all this nonsense. I want to buy the sexy, sexy book.
Oh, Man from Heimdall. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books.
Why are they so popular?
Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
Okay, I need to, make sure she thinks I'm cool. It doesn't sound like something I'd be into.
At last, someone's sensible. However, I still urge you to buy one. Can't judge a book by the cover, they say. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Heimdallaman, the man from Heimdall. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
I am exceptionally poor, but one day I shall return and buy your entire Heimdall series. A little poke around the shop first. Old sports magazines are tucked away in a dark corner. My theory is that if I look at the shop first, then maybe I've got more information when I talk to her,
A small mountain of colourful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure. Or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography.
I'm not interested in geography.
Browbritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
Don't
Don't be so hard on yourself, sir. You just need to clean up a bit. And technically, friends are a bit like family.
Oh, isn't she lovely?
For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 real.
Otherwise known as the British experience.
Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though.
Okay, we've got the whole D&D satanic panic going on.
An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books?
I like books.
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real. That price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplement, so it makes sense. Nonsense for anemic Beano clods.
Alright, physical instrument, calm down. Jesus Christ, the price. Well, I have 0.6 real, so we're a little bit ways away from pulling this kind of thing off. The book collects the national recipes of Arda. They are all about lake trout. Well, lake trout is pretty delicious. You know what, let's just talk to her now.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
I gotta say, I built up a fairly severe board game addiction about 6 months ago. It lasted about 2 months, if that. And now I've got like 100 board games on the way. It's not 100, but it's like 30 on the way. And now I've had to stop completely. And I will probably never buy another one ever again. I'm gonna have to sell a lot of board games, is very much the idea right now.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
I don't think I'll be begging her for money.
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice, high-pitched, sounds familiar. You've talked to her before through the doorbell. Daughter outside.
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Don't like your tone, but I'm not going to rat the kid out, am I? Of course she was.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
10?
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
I did promise to dismantle the free market. I'm not going to tell some stranger that they're handling their child wrong. You really can't do that. The only time you can do that is if you see someone actively abusing their child, really. Which is kind of sad if you think it, though. If you think about it, like, someone's clearly raising their child in an abhorrent way, but not in a way that's abusive. Like, it's not the kid's fault, but you can't do anything about it either, you know? I don't know. It's tough.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
She did say it's cursed.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
Yeah, it looks jammed, yeah.
What in God's name is she talking about?
I've got to say, I'm not big into the whole energy flow and stuff like that. You can have good energy by just being a sort of bright, positive person, but the idea that energy kind of clings to... I was going to say, the idea that energy, inverted commas, clings to a place is nonsense, and it is, but I feel like sometimes you walk into a place and you get like a sense of the place, but I feel like what you're doing is that's your intuition picking up on environmental clues rather than anything energy related. You know what I mean? Energy is a very real thing, of course, just not in this kind of context.
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go, get back there. The books await you. Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Farewell for now, book peddler. Next time I go to W.H. Smith, Waterstones, or W.H.
You
Smith.
see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
I have to keep that in mind. I really want to say farewell, book peddler, as I leave.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Shopkeep, what's behind the curtain?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
She's trying to do some, like, Jedi mind fuckery on me.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books.
Lady, I've got no goddamn money.
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Wait, where are the trinkets? Let me... Okay, well, it's not... Yeah?
You see some kind of charm. An irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges. Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south.
Can't trust the South, I'm telling you.
Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
There will be opportunity, I feel, to pull open those curtains, and I will return to do so later on. Not quite yet.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
That's the ones that Annette likes.
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. Furthermore, they have no idea how hard it is to simply remove a body from a tree. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
I mean, they're not wrong, but at the end of the day, you're writing for... This is like a fairly common critique, right? I'm just going to hark back to something I've said on the Best of Start channel. I was playing a game, Dinosaur Fossil Hunter, where you're a paleontologist, and it's a simulation game. So you dig up bones, and you clean the fossils, and you put them back together. And the cleaning process in particular is exceptionally boring. It's really, really dull. It really is. It takes they've made it a lot better, actually, since I first complained about it. But it takes bloody ages, and it's not very exciting. Or at least it did when I first played it. And I mentioned that in the video. I was like, this is really, really boring. And I had so many comments from people saying, yeah, well, that's what real paleontologists like. Yes, but I'm not a real paleontologist. I'm playing a goddamn video game. And it's the exact same for crime fiction. We can... Oh, sorry, I just put my mic. We can dress up how it plays things up and how it, focuses on the exciting things. But of course it does. Nobody wants to read a fiction book that was true to life about how actual detective work is done. It would be 1,000 pages long and boring as absolute sin.
You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get me Mullen. The stalwart adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the murder in the orchard. The sordid affair of Dick Mullen.
Dick Mullen, he's kind of roundabout.
A killing is declared.
Oh, Jesus.
Dick Mullen in the murder house. The final case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the clock tower. The ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's funeral pyre. The murder of Dick Mullen.
Dick Mullen dies?
Oh no. Turns out he faked it to solve a case.
Is this a Sherlock Holmes reference?
Yes. There's also the dame who did it. Farewell, my Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
I've not succeeded on a single roll below 50% at this point in time.
Your quick eye notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book. The title reads, Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity.
Remind me to say that every single time I do a roll below 50%.
A worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic hard-boiled phase. The premise seems to be that Dick Mullen is framed for the murder of his best friend and has just a few days to prove his innocence.
Why does this speak to me?
Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals?
No, it's got to be something else. Yes, I'm a complicated guy full of contradictions, as all humans inherently are.
Then this is the book for you.
I do want to buy it, but I'm so poor, so obnoxiously poor. Much like real life. A quaint picture book brochure. Very colourful. It's a tome of fascist magic. Rather candid indeed. Let me just check on my brain hole. Yeah, so they are both moving up. This reminds me a lot of Sherlock Holmes as well, actually. What else we got here?
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
I would say... The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Innocentic? Okay, talk to me.
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education.
Not sure I like you, placeholders.
The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things.
Until your new tired order becomes tired itself, and someone else thinks they need to shake things up, and we go on the stupid roundabout again and again.
Certainly, it's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise.
Imagine.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside.
How am I meant to afford all these books? Maybe I'll actually make some money at some point.
Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism.
Exactly how I feel about every single biography that's ever been made. Thank you very much.
Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook. High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other.
Sounds like a party.
Next to that, Rivasholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse, though, but not too long. I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
Okay. Oh, hello.
Volumetric shit compressor.
My brain did a thing.
Bizarre scientific news from Rivashol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
All endurance white checks unlocked. Learning cap from endurance race to 4. Cool. There we go. Still working on this one. Long way to go for that one. Trying to remember where I'm from. But good step in the right direction for the victim's body. We can probably go and give it another go now. One more thing to check. Just 3 more things to check.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up... Like opening a police store next door and stealing my customers? Oh no!
Okay.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance.
It's about whoops.
These three things are very important to the working class mind. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
And how does that work?
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage, and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything.
Not going to go on a tirade about alternative medicine. I think alternative medicine has its place. It can be useful, not homeopathy. Homeopathy is 100% bullshit. And if you try to peddle it, you're a scam artist, and I hope your business goes under. My problem is when people try... I remember a long time ago, I was in a Morrison's, which is a supermarket here in the UK, and we're just leaving. And there's like a big notice board where people can, put up adverts if they want to sell their child or whatever. And there's a notice saying, looking for people who have cancer, telling people that traditional medicine won't work and that you should try our service or something like that, whatever it was. I think it might have been homeopathy in the circumstance. Homeopathy, by the way, very specifically. Am I thinking of homeopathy? Let me double check this. Because obviously there's home remedies. People mix up, myself included right now. It's not just home remedies. It's very specific thing. Yeah, so homeopathy is basically the idea that by diluting something in water to a billionth or a millionth or whatever, to tiny, tiny, tiny decimal places, somehow accentuates the effects of the diluted substance. Which, and you just say those words out loud, you can tell that it's utter nonsense, right? And they were advertising their homeopathy service, essentially saying that, traditional medicine will fail you, come to our homeopathy service, we'll sort you out. And I ripped off the goddamn thing and went and told the store people, don't let this crap be put up again, because, you know what, if you want to peddle your stuff, that's fine. But as soon as you tell a cancer patient to stop getting proper treatment so you can peddle your bullshit, that is not okay.
Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
That's an interesting point.
It's your own fault if you're ill. Got it?
That's less of a good point.
The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying.
Telling me.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinaise. This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another, far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme. Ozon, Laurentide, Fas à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white, disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou. In a bookstore, it's you. Radiating outwards from you, the suzerain Revachol. With a radius of 80 kilometers, still, the crown jewel of this Isola would be barely visible. You can on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandu, on archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers, on Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas. 850 million people live on these little dots, an oceanic world of culture and commerce torn apart by history. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosigns and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seol is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called. Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away.
Well, I guess that's my answer. You can indeed fail one of these.
Perhaps they are gods. Gods of distance and outer dust.
And you can keep failing them. So Insulinde is the wider area. We're in a collection of islands, and it seems that that's all my character has ever known. But 850 million is quite a lot. That's, what, 10 times the size of England? A bit more? I think there's about 80 million people in England. So that's a pretty... It's not huge, but it's a decent size. Considering they're like islands spread around as well, you'd expect a smaller population.
The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction.
I just want to say, this game is really beautifully written. It really is.
To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East.
Revachol is the capital, yeah?
Hudon. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forburg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst.
And Jamrock is where we are from.
It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock. The strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbour. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest.
So Martinez is where we are now. So I guess we are in like a suburb to an extent, or like we're on the outskirts of the major city.
No, Coal City is worse. A charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. And then there's the burnt-out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Is it cold in this bookstore? Or is it just you?
I think it's me, buddy.
No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive.
That threw me for a loop because it was a completely different voice for Volition.
It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbour, even the whirling in rags there.
Which is the hotel, yeah?
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them.
Why are you the worst person to place on?
They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
Oh, I'm actually close. Okay, you seem to underestimate my resources.
That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
What happened
They
then?
didn't get that far, for some reason.
Oh.
A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
I want to try. I'm going to try. Screw it.
Slowly, you move your hand toward the map attached to the board. Before you even reach the map, you're interrupted.
Perhaps not. It's against RCM policy to defraud small business owners.
You ruin everything, buddy. I shouldn't have tried to steal it. I feel bad. Okay, that's one of my goals, though, to try and get a copy of the map. I think that might be the first thing we buy. It's only 90 cents. It's pretty cheap. I just want to see if she's got anything new to say, considering I've looked at
Hello
everything.
again, esteemed officer, and welcome to
No. Okay, well, that took absolutely goddamn ages. Do you have anything new?
Hello again, sir.
No. Yeah, I did not expect, ooh, what was that? I had a thought. 2 thoughts. The book is titled Man from Yamdal and the Wildfire. The book appears to be erotica, but without actual erotica. It's the worst kind of erotica, frankly. Where's the penis when you need it? Right, well, I did not expect... There's something about this. This is a slow-paced game, to say the least, right? I mean, it's been 1 hour and 6 minutes. What have I done today? I looked at the body, and then I went to a bookstore. That's all I've done in 1 hour. It's very, very slow-paced. It feels almost real-time in terms of how it's paced for me, in a way. I really enjoy it, though. It's something very, very different. Yeah, so I guess we're ready to tackle the bunny again. We've kind of got our shit together, and we'll give it another go. And we'll do that in the next video. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you lovely folks very soon. Cheers much as always. Bye-bye.